Did Pi Network ever truly intend for its coin to reach a value of $314,159 each, or is this just another elaborate illusion in the crypto space? Right now, there's a heated conflict tearing through the Pi community, and the outcome could decide whether your Pi coins become a life-changing fortune or end up being worth absolutely nothing. A well-known member of the community has recently shared some surprising evidence that challenges the so-called GCV price theory, suggesting it might be little more than a carefully orchestrated deception. While some people are staking their entire financial future on this massive valuation, I'm going to walk you through what I believe is undeniable proof that could completely shift your perspective. By the end, you'll know exactly who's playing games with your trust. And you'll want to stick around because the last part of this discussion could change how you see your Pi holdings forever. Before I get into the details, I want to make something clear. I'm not here to sell you dreams, overpriced courses, or empty promises. My mission is to provide clarity in a space that's becoming increasingly clouded with hype and misinformation. While many Pi discussions online are fading away and investor enthusiasm is being replaced with doubt, I've been working on building a space where we can cut through the noise. This is where raw facts matter more than fancy speeches. Now, here's what's been frustrating me about the GCV narrative. We have self-appointed ambassadors making claims that Pi was always destined to have this astronomical value per coin. Their main piece of evidence. Some lines of code supposedly pulled from GitHub, presented as if they're sacred text. But if you've spent any time around developers, you know that just because a piece of code exists in a repository doesn't automatically make it an official part of a project. The turning point for me was when a figure in the community, going by the name Mr. Spock, decided to take matters into his own hands. He created his own code to demonstrate how simple it is to create something that looks official, upload it somewhere, and claim it's part of Pi's infrastructure. The goal wasn't to mislead, it was to prove how easy it is for others to mislead you. It was a clever move that exposed just how much these GCV promoters rely on confusing technical language to sway people who don't have a coding background. Here's the reality check that might sting. While dreams of $314,159 per coin circulate, Pi's actual market value has been heading in the opposite direction. Over the past month, it's dropped nearly 19%, recently hitting its lowest point around $33 before inching back to the high 30s. And yet, some believers in GCV aren't buying at these prices because they already think they're wealthy based on their existing holdings. That's not how committed investors behave. If you truly believed in the technology and its future, wouldn't you want to accumulate more when it's this cheap? The GCV narrative has found especially strong support in countries like Vietnam, Thailand, India, and the Philippines. Many of these supporters genuinely want Pi to succeed, and I respect their passion. But good intentions don't create sustainable economic value. When I hear GCV advocates talking about banks and major financial institutions adopting their fixed valuation, I have to ask, which institutions? Where are the official partnerships? After following Pi for years, I've yet to see a single reputable bank publicly commit to honoring any community-declared price. Mr. Spock also suggested that it could take over 2 decades for Pi to even approach that massive valuation, and honestly, that might be an optimistic prediction. With millions of coins unlocking and circulating daily, and with little real-world utility driving demand right now, there's nothing in the current market dynamics to justify such an explosive price jump in the near term. This isn't about being pessimistic, it's about being realistic. What really seals the deal for me is the position of the Pi core team itself. The exchanges and decentralized applications they approve recognize only the current market price. If the people who actually built the network aren't backing the GCV, then why should we? It's hard to justify faith in a valuation that the project's own creators aren't supporting. If you truly believe in Pi's long-term future, the smarter move might be to participate in its growth based on the prices the market currently sets. The idea that some dramatic, overnight event will send Pi skyrocketing from tens of dollars to hundreds of thousands per coin is more fantasy than investment strategy. The most successful projects in crypto didn't become household names overnight. Their rise was the result of years of development, slow adoption, and gradual integration into everyday life. Real value is built quietly. It's in the steady growth of the ecosystem, in the launch of practical applications, in every new transaction that happens because someone finds genuine utility in the currency. These changes might not make headlines, but they're the foundation for a stable and valuable network. That's why my attention is focused not on where Pi will be in the next week, but where it could stand in the next 5 years. The building phase we're in now is the true opportunity window. By contributing to the ecosystem and supporting its early stages, you position yourself for long-term gains. The people who profit most from crypto projects are usually the ones who engage patiently during the quiet times while others are distracted by short-term hype elsewhere. Personally, I treat Pi like any other speculative investment. I only put in what I'm prepared to lose, and I avoid letting hype cloud my judgment. My decisions are grounded in watching the fundamentals and tracking the project's actual progress. That way, if Pi succeeds, I benefit, and if it doesn't, I've kept my risk in check. The hard truth is that the GCV movement is asking you to gamble your financial future on their interpretation of a few lines of code. That's not a sound strategy, it's just speculation dressed up with extra steps. And what's really disheartening is that instead of working together to build something meaningful, the Pi community is splitting into opposing camps. At the end of the day, both sides want Pi to succeed. The GCV supporters bring passion, the skeptics bring reason, but if we can't align on realistic goals, we risk undermining the entire project. Pi's potential lies in its ability to deliver real-world solutions and applications, not in arbitrary price points declared by community members. So here's my challenge to you: think critically about what's being presented to you. Are you holding out for an unlikely jackpot, or are you making decisions based on the actual state of the network? The more we focus on real progress instead of fantasy valuations, the stronger our chances of seeing Pi become a lasting success in the crypto space. If this discussion helped you see the situation more clearly, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future updates. And if you want deeper, uncensored conversations about Pi without the hype, join my Telegram and Facebook groups, links are in the description. The next time we meet, I'll be sharing my thoughts on what Pi truly needs to break into the real world and achieve sustainable growth.